Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. This is another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and today we're going to be going over all of the news. We're going to do it a little bit of a different style. We're also going to be touching on secondary masteries and the specific stats that the cards are going to have. So let's go ahead and dig in. All right, everybody. So the first thing you need to know this week is that we do have the new vision card coming out, Salier versus Miche, round 30. It's a pretty good VC. It's definitely one of those vision cards you are going to want to have. It gives agility up and acquired AP up for party-wide units that are lightning type. It also gives water attack resistance up. Definitely good with all of the water-based compositions that are running around right now. For lightning type units, it's going to give max HP up and area attack resistance up. And then for Salier and Miche only, probably more importantly for Salier, it's going to give magic up, and that is a global upgrade. So when we're looking at the stats specifically here, we are going to go ahead and just take a real quick peek. It is going to give agility 3, magic 144, attack 132, HP 132. A couple of things I like about this VC. It has agility on it. It is both good for magic and attack based units, so universally it'll be good on any lightning unit in your composition. For the individual unit, it's going to give HP and AoE resistance, which lightning has a lot of, so you're stacking AoE resistance on top of AoE resistance, which will help make your units more tanky. Party wide, it's going to give agility up 15%, which is really nice. The acquired AP up is going to be at 25%, which lightning already has access to quite a significant amount of acquired AP. So this is just going to consistently make things a little bit easier for you. It's also going to have water resistance 20% for lightning units, which is good with Astrius. And of course, we have Celeste still running around out there. But especially if you're already running like Esther, you don't really need to worry too much about them. Now, we do have a lot of other things going on this week. I personally am not planning on pulling for this because I think, I'll probably just pull it naturally. I have a lot of really good lightning VCs already tucked away in my pocket. We have Salier vs. Miche round 30 coming up with challenge missions. We have new EX jobs released for Sakura and Raldor. We will be covering those in a separate video. What we're going to go ahead and talk about, though, is the updated secondary masteries. Now, these are actually pretty exciting for me because they're units that I actually think are relevant and that I use. So if you watch my most recent video, I did use Miche. And Miche's secondary mastery is going to give him an additional agility plus 10, which is amazing. It's also going to decrease his skill activation time to 800. So he's literally the fastest casting unit in the game. His plant killer is going to remain the same. But if you've seen my Miche and if you've seen his capability with landing Toad on opponents, this just makes him even more viable. And I'm very excited for what he's going to be capable of. Ramada also gets a pretty good update here. She gets TP 30%, Pierce Attack 20 regularly. She's going to give HP 10% for water allies, Paralyze resistance for water allies. The TP is going to be the same, the Pierce Attack's the same, but she's getting attack plus 30% for self and increase a chance to apply Paralyze by 25 for self. So very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how people utilize this. It's going to make her just that much better. I know a lot of people like to use Ramada, and she is already just good in my book. So good buffs all around. Ayaka, now innately Ayaka came with HP 10% for self, stop resistance 20%. She's going to get the standard wind ally buffs. So she's going to get HP 10% for wind ally, wind attack 15 for wind ally. She's going to get an additional HP 10%. And we just recently talked about how powerful AoE resistance is. She's going to get AoE resistance 20. So she's definitely a little fragile compared to the other healers nowadays. But this is going to be enough to really make her a lot more chunkier and a lot more relevant. So I'm very excited that these are the types of buffs that she's going to be getting. Finally, we have everyone's favorite, and that's going to be NAWSHA. NAWSHA's innate master ability had 25% HP for herself. She gets an additional HP 10% for herself and ice allies, berserk resistance for herself and ice allies, and she's also going to get defense 10 and increased chance of being targeted. So she's going to be the only native tank for MR units in the game, which is going to make her very cool. She's already been a tank-like character for a lot of players, whether you've been utilizing her in both PvP or PvE. all around, it's just a great buff for her, and I think everybody is really excited. Now, going through and taking a look at the rest of the news, unfortunately, there is not a lot going on this week. We do have the early summer 2022 campaign, which is interesting that this is going on because it would seem to indicate that maybe we are going to be getting that bikini summer Black Rose Helena early, which is kind of exciting. We are going to be getting Unlimited Guild Chamber, Whimsy Shop Encounter Up campaign, which I've never seen before, and a Friend Gift Triple Up campaign. The login bonus is going to be standard. I think people are still looking on where you can get the keys for the newly released Farplane archives, and I don't know anywhere that you can get them yet. People have been asking me about them, and they're not in these. Maybe they'll release a pack with them. I'm not quite sure. You're going to get your standard 2100 Viz though. Unlimited Guild Chamber, I feel like we're going to be using most of the week to farm Trust Stones. I also have a feeling maybe something else is going to be coming this week. It's a little weird that we had an app update on Sunday, so I'm very curious if our data mining friends out there are maybe going to find something in the data mine, or if there's maybe something coming out here in the near future. The Whimsy Up Shop campaign is also very interesting. Never seen it before. Very excited. Odaiba says the Whimsy Shop the Whimsy Shop Encounter Up campaign reduces the maximum NRG to trigger from 500 to 250, but that's on the JP side, right, Odaiba, which we know has different trigger rates, right? I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure Odaiba will respond here. But we have Friend Gift campaign as well. We have Selection Quest update, which is going to be, of course, with Velnay. Now, Velnay, again, not my favorite unit, and her, personal customized gear doesn't really make her that much better. And I really just, like, if there is a select quest to skip, to not worry about, it's going to be this one. You were also going to be getting Part 2, Chapter 7, Scene 2 released. Odaiba says he thinks the rate triggers are the same in Global. I know we were talking about raid triggers the other day, and I didn't know the raid triggers were different in JP. Secret Book Reward Quest is going to be Mace, Bow, Armor. Again, Lightning Select Quest, not that excited for it. Her Lightning gear is going to be pretty good, but again, you have to be using Velnay in the first place, and she's really not going to be doing anything for you, so I would just highly encourage you to stay away from her. Part 2, Chapter 7, Scene 2 story is coming out, which will be great. And then we also have the Persona 5 Guild Raid. Now, full disclosure, I've been warned that the Persona 5 Guild Raid does come with the Persona music in it, so keep that in mind. I'm not the most excited for this. Guild Raid is not the most exciting content for me. I feel like Guild Raid is, one of those things where it's fun to do, but then it kind of gets monotonous to do every day. And the rewards, while they're okay, aren't necessarily the best. So you're going to get Shadow Nijima, you're going to get Shadow Kaneshiro, Shadow Kamoshida, Titan, and Phoenix are going to be the encounters. And then there's a whole guide on how this works. And if you haven't done this before, definitely check with your guild members and kind of talk to them about it. Basically, you're going to be getting the limited guild medal exchange shop, which is probably the best part of all of this. And a lot of, sorry, someone's asking what's wrong with Persona 5 music. It was a warning to the other streamers out there, Trisha, because we can't play Persona 5 music on our streams without getting in trouble. But you are going to be able to get Shardolus. You are going to be able to get limited UR unit EX job packs. So there will be a lot of good things you can get from this, and you do get a lot of guild medals from Guild Raid. For me, though, it's just not the most exciting content. Well, everybody, I hope you guys like this different style of news video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys next time.